There we are, and we're live. What's up, folks? Probably no one watching this very second, but Toy Savages. Back with my buddies here. Brad, one man, Toy Show.
What's up,
my
everybody?
homie David, the Toy Curator. And my buddy Harry Sandman, PR Vlogs. Getting to hang out today, which is really nice. It's been a while, guys.
Yeah.
Been a long time.
Hope you've all been doing well.
We took a sabbatical, you know.
We got to hear about California, Kev. You got to get us up to speed about
California, Kev.
Well, it was a really good experience because what's up? Dondi's in the chat. Dondi and Uberhulk. What's up, fellas? Dondi says hi to you, fellas.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
So yeah, California was pretty cool, man. I enjoyed it. It was man, the weather over there is just amazing all the time to me. I just love their weather. You know, peak heat over there is like a 30 or 40 degree difference in most of their cities, as opposed to South Texas where I'm at right now. You know, or most of us here. Yeah. So the weather was nice. It's really expensive there because I kind of had to live off like DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that stuff, and they're crazy expensive. But it's just beautiful. I think the area is way more beautiful than the area of Texas I live in. It was pretty cool. Zero toy hunting, to believe it or not. I didn't have transportation, so I had to rely. Yeah, I didn't bring a vehicle. The company footed the bill, so all they pay for is like to and from work. So if I get groceries, I have to Instacart it, you know, or DoorDash. So I didn't do it, and I could have planned out some traveling. It wasn't like crazy expensive for some places. I could have done Uber, and it would have been like, you know, $7 one way. It wouldn't have been bad. I guess the work I was doing was tiring. I didn't have the energy to do anything on my days off other than recover. So unfortunately, no hunts.
It would have been a bitch. You would have had to ship them to yourself rather than pack them on the plane.
Absolutely, yeah. And one of the heartbreaking parts was I was close to that one big place that they go to. What is it, Frank and Sons?
Yeah.
I was like 20 or 30 minutes from that place at one time and did not get to go, and I was so close.
It's honeydew.
Honeydew? What is it?
Honeydew melon.
But is it juice or
Milk tea.
Milk tea, guys? Honeydew
It's all the
milk
rage.
tea. Does that look good to y'all? Is it really?
It's all the rage. I don't drink it.
Funky.
Yeah, Asian tea is pretty good, especially with the little balls at the bottom. That's like a sugar thing. Like you eat a couple of those little ball things, you're on the go. A lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine in one or two of those. Now imagine that whole cup full that Kevin was just drinking out of, eating all that shit. Yep, that'll do it.
I just prefer like regular coffees and teas. No, it's yours. Well, she better finish it. So yeah, other than that, when that was done, actually, when I signed up for that, I was thinking it was going to be most of the year, but I guess COVID had drastically dropped the numbers. So all these emergency laws they passed, they rescinded all those laws. So I had to come back. I couldn't legally stay over there. My license wasn't going to float in California, you know, only for Texas. So I had to come back. But then I ended up taking 6 weeks off. Tomorrow's my first day back to work with a new company also. So I got to do all that over. But yeah, I didn't work for 6 weeks. I was dealing with the diabetes. It was bad. I was struggling.
Trying to move around, be
but
mobile.
I'm doing a lot better now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, doing a lot better. And plus, like, one of my problems I was telling Brad earlier was I don't have a PCP, like a primary care physician, like a doctor for myself. So that's been a problem because I've been having to use hospital doctors when I go in.
Yeah.
But I really need to get a primary care that get me through everything, get me the right meds and all that. So Thursday is my first meeting with him. So I'm pretty excited for that.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's hard when
you're getting older.
Yeah.
Our health isn't the same like it was 5 years ago, let alone a year ago.
Tell me about it.
So,
So
Brad,
what do you got
going on with you?
Just same old, just working and taking care of
Collecting.
family, and that's about it, man. I really haven't been. I haven't like quit my YouTube channel totally, but it's been like a year since I made a video.
Right.
But I just kind of took a break from that. Yeah, man, I'm still gonna. I'm planning on jumping back in sometime this year, making some new stuff. But I've been trying to like stay pretty active on Instagram. I've been posting a lot of stuff on there. So and still toy hunting, still collecting stuff. So.
How about yourself, Harry? What's your life update?
Just staying busy with work, staying home a lot, work at home.
I know you like
We have
that.
a ritual: go to Walmart, go to the grocery store, and come back. And that's pretty much the cycle of life right now. Just surviving. Cost of everything is so high.
Yeah.
And then insurance, medication. I have to take care of my folks now. They live with us still. I'm still trying to square away a place for them here near me. But for now, we're housing them in our apartment, and it's exhausting. But what can you do?
Yeah. Well, as far as myself goes, I know I didn't tell you guys this. I think I only talked to Kevin about it just briefly. But back in January, like the beginning of January, I think I got into I wouldn't say a real bad car accident, but it was an accident that caused it on my end on a Saturday on the way to work. And it had just rained that morning and was just like third way to work. And then because of the wet roads and the condition of it, kind of wasn't able to stop all the way because of the wet roads, and it just kind of slid right into a back of a vehicle. So my Impala my 04 Impala that I drove, that was my work car, got totaled, and I'm okay. Unfortunately, I'm okay. So I didn't stay. I hit my chest on the steering wheel and everything. So I'm surprised there wasn't anything damaged to that, to be honest with you, because I think it was probably a good 30 miles per hour when I hit the car, at least.
Yeah,
Hydroplaning. It hit pretty hard, but more so the left side was damaged more than anything than the right. But went through the insurance company, try to square that away, but unfortunately, certain circumstances wasn't able to get that car fixed, and so the frame was bent a little bit as it is. But knowing how the frame looks, once your frame is bent, no matter whether you get it fixed or not, it's not going to ride the same. So I still have the car; it's in the back, but probably just going to use it for. I just put a new battery into it. Got some new tires on it right before the accident. So if I need new tires and a battery, I just grab it from that car. So, but right now, I did have a rental for a couple of weeks that the insurance paid for. And then for a total of 80 days, including with the insurance that paid for the 2 weeks, for 80 days, I rented out a vehicle. 80 days. So I finally was able to get my Cadillac fix. So that's up and running now. And so that's my only vehicle that I got right now. So I had to replace the idle intake valve. That was the main thing that went out on that thing. So I replaced that, get a new battery for that. Had to replace a leak in the brake line, and get it inspected and up and on the road again. So imagine $214 a week for a rental for every week. It's a lot of money. I could have done something else with it, but it is what it is. It's life lessons that you learn. And I was too lazy to check the Cadillac and figure out what the problem was, and so yeah. But other than that, the good news is that at my job, a lot of good things are happening to myself. So I was able to move up a little bit. Got a raise.
Good.
Scheduled for a yearly evaluation next week.
Mhm.
So hopefully that goes well. So
Yeah.
a lot of up and coming at the job. So
That's good, man. That's
wasn't too bad of a move when I shifted from the previous job a year and a half ago. So
Yeah, man.
feel a little bit more appreciated and wanted, should I say?
Yeah.
So
That's really good.
Awesome.
uh, but other than that, as
Hate
far
to hear
as
about that accident. I'm glad
Yeah,
you're all right.
man. I had no
yeah, just
idea. You're such a
I
old school
yeah,
guy
just
that's not a complainer. I would have never known.
yeah, I don't really speak on a lot of things, but when I do, I do it when the time is right.
We're just
So I
glad
just
you
want,
weren't severely injured. That's the
Yeah.
important thing.
yeah.
Cars,
If I was really
cars
hurt,
are
I would have let you
replaceable.
guys know. But it was
Cars are
just,
replaceable, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I hit my chest in that steering wheel, I was just
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
You took the
And
bump, dude. You took the bump and you're all right.
yeah, I did, and so I was able to get myself checked out. They said my heart was good and everything, and they said I got really
Yeah.
lucky because the way the impact was, and I'm surprised my sternum or anything like that wasn't bruised up at all. So,
Good.
$200 a week for the rental car with your insurance helping you.
well, the insurance paid the first 2 weeks.
Oh, and then it was all on you.
It was all on
So
me.
you were able to negotiate a rate of $200 for 7 days.
7 days, yeah.
That's actually super economical, if you ask me. I
That,
mean,
yeah, I mean, it
$200 doesn't
was.
cover much anymore
No, they
these
don't.
days.
But luckily, I was able to get it for with tax and everything, fees and
214.
all that. It ended up being about 214 a week.
Internet sucks.
That's
Even my cell phone internet.
That's pretty cheap. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
that's
Not
smart
bad at all.
using your noggin while you were getting the Cadillac. And someone like you that is a commuter and you have a pretty decent commute back and forth,
Yeah.
it's critical to have, reliable transportation.
hmm So
But
that's what I had to do for the time being, and my wife, she was just like, "Look, something's telling me to check
yeah,
get the Cadillac looked at, check the battery first. Something's telling me that. It keeps
mm,
telling me that." So I did. So I went because in the Cadillac, the battery's in the back seat. Don't know if you guys know that or not, but it's not in the hood, under the hood. It's literally in the back seat in the middle. So you
mm,
literally have to take the bottom seat out and then unscrew the bar that's across it, and then the battery is on its side. So you have to pull that out. So it's in a small confined space, but it's easy enough to where, at first when you look at it, you'd be like, holy shit, how am I going to get this thing out? But once you unscrew the main piece that holding it down, then you can just pull it out. So it's real simple. But yeah, I had to get a new battery and everything and just go from there. So each week I had to start somewhere to get it up and running. And then I didn't have no gas in the car, so I had to um, borrow a gas can from my parents, and so I was able to put a little bit in there, and it was able to start up, but it wasn't
to get
idling
to the
out. Yeah,
station.
to keep
Gotcha.
So it would take literally 30 seconds to a minute for it to idle out. Because originally I thought that I probably needed new plugs, but if that was the case, the car would have been backfiring and everything. Because when you start up, when you have a bad plug, or a wire, your car backfires. It's not going to, crank up or anything. I'm no mechanic, but I know a
Yeah,
little something.
right.
but
What your old man passed down to you.
but so when that happened, I called my local mechanic that I've been going to for a while, and that my
Yeah.
parents been going to for years, and so I was able to get it fixed, and it was actually really cheap. I thought it was going to be wasn't as cheap as I wanted it to be, but it was a lot cheaper than I expected it to be, because for the idle intake valve, it was going to cost me originally it was going to cost me about. The guy was like, "Look, I know you said you wanted this car just up and running and pass inspection so you can get it on the road again,
Mhm.
but we're thinking that it's your
I'll
intake
be right
valve,
back, guys.
your
Okay.
idle intake valve, and then but we might be able to clean it, and if we clean it, then it should be okay. But if not, we're going to replace it.
I've
So it's
tried
going to
both
set you
ways.
back
It's just
350.
nuts.
And I was like, okay. So they cleaned it, and they called me back, and they said, look, you're going to have to replace this thing. And so what you want to do, I know you don't want to spend a lot of money, but, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
shit, it's my only car. And
Right.
if I don't get this replaced, I'm not going to be able to pass inspection. So I'm asked out either way. So I had to suck it up and say, just go ahead and fix it. So
Mhm.
he fixed it, and he called me back and he said, hey, look, I was able to find you a good deal and cheaper. I won't charge you for the labor
Wow.
for it. So it went from 350 to about 160 bucks. So
Dang,
Nice.
man,
yeah, so
that's crazy.
pretty
That you
much
That's a
got
come up, dude.
yeah, and
yeah,
so
it's crazy that you got a good, honest mechanic that comes
yeah,
out
Older.
there.
that was
That takes
That's
work,
rare.
Brad.
That's
You
rare.
gotta
Yeah.
almost court them. It's a courtship. A mechanic to earn their where they'll actually go out of their way not to screw you over.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
rare,
Well,
man.
That takes.
they know my last name, so
Mhm.
they know my dad. So so that kind of
That's
helps a
Mr.
little bit.
Blucher's son. We're gonna do
Yeah,
him
so
right.
that kind of helps. Yeah, it kind of helps a little bit, but
That helps, yeah.
but overall, you know, I actually got a real
He
good deal
got
on
them
that.
2 little dots over that U in that last name.
That
Let's not mess
umlaut,
with
the
that.
umlauts, yeah. Get that German out of it.
He's
But
a YouTube celebrity.
yeah, that's right. Not really, but yeah, but other than that, um, as far as that situation, you know, I'm okay. I'm good. You know, I was bummed out that my Impala that was bought originally by my mom's parents, you know, who I was really close to at the time, and that was their car that they had. So
Yeah.
when they passed away, my mom inherited that car, and this was back in like 2012, and so when my mom got it, because at the time when they bought it, they had originally moved to College Station, and the only places they went to was the grocery store, to the doctor, and the
Mm.
church, which was like all within like a 2 mile radius.
Mm.
And so this is back in '04 when they bought
So it
it.
had a young soul. It was an old body but
Yeah,
a young
yeah.
soul.
And so when my mom got it, she told me, "Say, look, when I just got this car, it only had like 52,000 miles on it." And that was like, and it was like what, almost a 10-year-old car at the time.
Yeah.
And so then when I got it, you know, like everybody had that car, used it. Like my parents used it, my brother used it, my sisters used it, and
Mm.
then they eventually finally let me have it, and so I used that. And so it was, by the time before the accident, it was probably almost, it had like almost 200,000 miles on it. So it was like probably about 190,000 mark, you know. So I actually got a good use out of that vehicle for the next 10 years, you know. So that's something to be um, be happy about, you know. But I wanted to, my goal was to use it until it ran to the ground, you know. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But it is what it is, you know.
We'll
So,
raise our glass to the Impala for serving you well, like
so
she did.
but
No, it's water.
But other than that, you know, the Cadillac's a good car. It's a good vehicle. It drives great. You know, once you're able to get everything up and running on that thing, and that's a '04 too. So that only has like, as of right now, only has like 111,000 miles on it too. It's in itself. And that was my uncle's car. And that was my dad's brother's car, and he passed that on to me. You know, because he was trying to get rid of it, and he wanted somebody to have it to keep it. You know, instead of just because my uncle originally bought it for his wife, you know, and that was a present to her, but no, she can't drive anymore, so there's no need for them to have two vehicles. So he had my dad up and said, "Hey, you think Dave would like to have this car? You know, it's his if he wants it." So my dad texted me one day and said, "Hey, look, you know, Uncle Jim wants to give you his
Just wanted
Cadillac."
to
I was
bless
like,
you.
"For what?"
Just
You
wanted
know,
to bless you.
yeah. So, but I inherited that car, so I'm trying my best to
Good.
get this car up and running too, keep it up and running too, as long as I
I
can.
think
You know.
we all make Dave take an oath right now to be extra careful in the rain moving forward.
Yeah, because
Shall
that shit was
shall we
crazy, dude.
hold him to this?
So, but yeah, that rain can
Yeah.
really screw
Just
you up if
leave
There's
Yeah.
no
leave a
shame in
leave a
slowing
few
down
minutes
in the
early.
rain.
because
Leave a few
I
minutes early on that. Add a few minutes to that commute. You know,
yeah,
Yeah.
especially when
take your
you're,
time.
because I had just put brand new tires on that thing too. Just got filled up the gas tank that week and got it balanced and rotated and everything. And I was telling the police officer, I was like, dude, I don't understand how this happened. You know, I just got this thing taken care of, you know, got it inspected and stuff. Because I was still in shock, you know. And
Yeah.
I said, I just got my tires brand new, balanced, rotated, and everything. He goes, look,
Yeah.
there's some things that you just can't control. Accidents are going to happen regardless. So I was like, all right, you're right. You know, but but other than that, you know, everything's fine. I'm fine, you know, and so But Harry, back to what you were saying, I just, unless if it's something that's really serious, I really
Yeah.
don't have to. I really don't
And you
care
said
a
that
whole
was
lot of stuff.
January, right?
Yeah, January.
I mean, I think all year long though, you've still been copping some pretty modern, and you've been staying recent on the collection. You definitely got a lot of incoming on
Yeah.
that I've seen on your posts in the various groups that we're on. We get to see it 4 times, right, Kevin? When Dave buys something, we see it on Plastic Cannibals, we see it on Toy Savages,
Yeah.
we see it on Teen Sale, we see
Our
it
chats.
times 4.
Yep.
So we're gonna see it one of them ways, ain't we?
and on his channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if anybody was interested in watching my hauls, I got them all posted up there. I've been actually dabbling a little bit of everything. It's not just figures. I just felt like it was time for me to expand my horizons when it comes to like vintage games and comic books. Because I know everybody likes to collect a little bit of everything. I know guys like Kevin, he loves that stuff, and myself, and Dondi, and
Yeah.
it's so, but I have that stuff too. No, mostly everybody that what they see is vintage toys. But I just figure, what? I collect cards and games and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and share some of that shit too. So I try to, when I go hunting now, I try to get at least a little bit of everything. I always try to go see what kind of comic books I can find, because I trying to get back with what I used to have, because back then, and CDs too. Now since I got my caddy running, I got a CD player. Because when I in the rental, I was spoiled with the Bluetooth, so I just used the Bluetooth in the car. But now since I don't have that no more, all I got is the CD player. So I still got my old CD case full of stuff, and so I'm just now re-listening to all my music that I used to listen to before. And so that's a pleasure right there.
Those are always a trip, right, Kev? When you go
Yeah.
through your old albums of CDs,
And
it's all like burn CDs, so you have like the faded Sharpie.
Your
You can't
mixes.
really read. It's all smeared over time.
I still
So you
got a
just
bunch
put
of
it
that
in and
stuff
see
too.
what it is, and you're like, oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
I know exactly what order it still is. Like, and
and half the
Mixed
CDs, they don't have
tapes
no
and CDs.
writing, so you have no earthly idea what it is. But yeah, it's nice because at one point I used to be really heavy into CDs. I had at least about 300 to 400 CDs at one point in my life, but I sold probably majority of it because just like any 20-year-old back in the day, young in their 20s, you're poor and broke and do stupid things and waste your money on stuff you don't need to waste on, and you got to sell things. So me being a young 20-plus-year-old man, broke and having fun doing other things that I shouldn't have been doing, I just sold off my CDs, just to and just to eat, just to eat and enjoy other various activities, that wasn't healthy for me. But I still got a few left from that original collection. Probably about.
something you just couldn't part with, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just stuff I just didn't get a chance to part with at the time, because I parted away with a lot of good shit. In my eyes, that were good.
Those were the CDs that he loved, not liked.
You didn't like them.
That's right.
It's all hearts.
No.
It was all hearts.
It was his R&B love mix.
Slow jams. All the slow jam collection.
I know that catchphrase.
Yes, sir. But other than that, just it was just me trying to kind of show y'all, other things that I got in my collection that I enjoy collecting, because I'm really back into the vintage gaming stuff, thanks to various YouTubers that I've been watching and within our community and stuff. And got back into comics again, because I still got a little bit left in my comic collection, because I had a ton of comics too, and I got rid of those at the time just because I wanted to eat, needed to eat. And so just kind of dabbling back into all that stuff, so I'm enjoying it. Actually, I'm actually enjoying going to different confinement shops like Kevin be doing and stuff, and we don't have very many. Well, in my area, I don't have a whole lot, you know, just because I don't really go out like that, like some people do. But what I do have, you know, is enough for me in my area, in my radius, to where I can. They have enough material there for me to go through, where you know I can easily pick up something I know that I would enjoy reading or listening to or playing, you know, whatnot. So, so that's what I've been trying to do now. You know, I know a lot of people, you know, they've been dabbling into whatnot
Hmm.
and all that stuff, but I can't do that. You
Major
know,
Pod, they rep whatnot. They're all about whatnot.
so no, I know my money would go disappear real quick. So in order for me not to have that happen, I just stay
It
off of
looks
it.
it looks
Yeah.
interesting. I'm kind of interested in dabbling in it to
I mean,
sell.
yeah, I've had people hit me up in the inbox say, "Hey, look, this is what I got from whatnot. You should try it." I'd be like, "That's cool and all, but no, I can't do it. I'd get in trouble. I know I would."
I'm looking to
So
sell, not buy.
They're
yeah.
together.
So,
I think so.
It's weird.
but other than that, later
There you
on,
go, Lisa. Sign Kev up for whatnot.
but other than that, later on when we do our little show and tell, I'll show you a couple of things that I got. You know,
Nice.
recent stuff. But yeah, that's all I got as far as my life story goes at the moment.
I hear you. Same thing with I haven't done. I've been. I mean, lately I've gotten a couple of hunts in, but it's slowed down quite a bit. There's been a lot more, like he was saying, retro vintage games on my side too. Beavis and Butthead, Sega Genesis, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Same.
Well, is there any new stuff that's been presented lately that y'all been interested in? As far as the WWE figures go, there wasn't
Well,
anything
you
that.
got Bianca recently, right? You were happy for that find?
Oh heck yeah! I mean that was I couldn't believe I found her because I had a hard time finding her, and I was about to hit one of you guys up. You know, normally I don't usually ask for help,
Hmm.
because normally 9 times out of 10 I can usually find it within a reasonable time frame.
Right.
But other than that, if I do ask for help, I just mainly ask you guys to keep an eye out for it. Don't necessarily have to pick it up for me, but you know, if it's there, you know, then we can talk. But usually, if I need to look for something, I usually ask, you know, to keep an eye out for it for me. You know, and Brad knows this. You know, he's done it to me a few
Yeah.
times. You know, so but yeah, very happy to find this. You know, this figure here represents something that's very special to me as far as what it represents. You know, being the first black woman to main event WrestleMania, and winning the championship in a main event. You know, that's a blessing right there as far as what this stands for. So I had to have this figure, you know, because of that significance. And my wife, she loves her too. You know, she's all about the EST. You know, so that was a great come up right there. But as far as anything else that's been presented, as far as new stuff,
Hmm.
nothing really stands out. I think I
Did didn't
might
you
try to go ahead.
find a certain movie TMNT set
I
recently?
did. I actually did. I was at this happened what, Friday, I think. Yeah, I went to stop at the Walmart that's like literally right next to the job, like 50 feet, you know, from it. And I wouldn't say 50 feet, but like just a little ways down. But I just happened to look over there, you know, just do my usual walk around to get my water and stuff. And then just ran around the corner and bam, it was right there. Because I had just talked to Nate Simmons, you know, and asked him for him to see if he could keep an eye out for it. I know, Brad, that you typically do that anyways. So
And
um,
that set was, what was that set?
it was that farmhouse. It was the farmhouse 2-pack with Casey Jones and April O'Neil with when they're in that scene or portion of the
Where
film
they're
where
fixing
at the
the truck
farmhouse. Yeah,
so they can go
that
back to the city.
and then I got the April O'Neil Ultimate Edition that I've been wanting for a while.
You
So
picked
it's
you picked up that one, but you left did you leave the set behind for now?
I did leave the set behind for right now because I just picked up the Ultimate Edition because that was the first on my list. Because
Gotcha.
because that's been out for a while. I try to usually go for stuff that's been out for a while
Mhm.
because then then the newer stuff I know they're going to restock later on. It might take them a while, but I know that it will stop. And I think that farm set will be plentiful. Because I think they're
Yeah,
trying.
yeah, I found it yesterday. My Walmart had like a bunch of them. It had like
Good.
a whole like shipper, and
Yeah.
it was probably about like at least like 6 or 7 of them, or more,
Mhm.
Brad, how
And
do you gauge the current replenishment of your Targets and your Walmarts now than the beginning of the pandemic? How much of do you see that the slack is finally caught up now?
I feel like it's just now starting to like
Yeah.
turn around, like
Yeah.
just
Prior
like
to pandemic levels than they used to
within the
be?
past like month. I've seen like not only Target and Walmart slowly getting stuff in, but like even
Yeah.
places like GameStop are like putting new stuff out, finally. It's like I've been seeing a lot of new stuff at GameStops. So it's like it's just been really, really slow. But then there's some stuff like I never saw, on the shelf, like the last couple of waves of those WWE Motu figures. Because
Never showed up.
my brother has collected every one of those, and I've been trying to help him track those down.
Yeah.
And we never saw those last 2 waves like on the shelves anywhere. And we both go to Walmart like every day or every other day, probably.
Right.
So those never showed up in our area. And then there was a wave of He-Man, the He-Man Origins figures that got skipped in my area. I think it was wave 6. It was the Stinkor wave, whichever it was, like Stinkor and like 3 other ones, but the wave after that is showing up at Target now. It's been at Target for like 2 months. So
Is that the one with Fisto and
Jitsu
that,
and Buzz off.
that was like an older one.
Jitsu.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I've seen the
Jitsu.
B recently.
Buzz
Yeah,
off.
that Jitsu wave, that Stratos,
Stratos and that B guy and that
yeah, Buzz off.
sorcerer chick.
Yeah, and Sorceress.
Yeah, I see.
Those are
Yeah.
like the latest one, but that's like wave 7 and wave 6. Like I said, that Stinkor is like Stinkor.
I think I ever saw that
like
one.
3 other ones.
Yeah.
I never saw those. Never saw those. I think
The
they're some of them are on Big Bad, so I might just have to order them from there.
The only one that I'm really interested in is coming out is the Sun Man. That's a figure that I'm really interested in grabbing because I know I can't afford the original. Original is like what, $1,000 or something,
Yeah,
hundreds of dollars. But yeah, I love the significance behind that, the history behind that, and how that came about. So that's a important
and
piece
like
that I want to.
I'll be right back, boys.
and then with
They both
like
climbed
other lines like the Star Wars Black Series figures. I mean, I haven't seen any. Like I just just recently, like the past like couple weeks, they've been starting to put some new stuff out. But it's just a figure here and a figure there. It's not like a whole wave of anything, So yeah,
Now,
it's
the only
been
thing
frustrating.
because the only thing that I'm really irritated by is that you have to get off of Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store is the final 2 waves of the Motu WWE stuff, like the Andre the Giant one and Sergeant Slaughter and all them. But you can order the last wave easily, the one with Stone Cold and China and Ray. You can get those fairly easily. They don't as in a case. But as far as the other stuff goes, they're always sold out. So
Yeah,
the only time, and I should have asked, but I didn't because I was pressed for time because I stopped by there on the way to work, was I stopped at a place called Jaden's Toys that was in Frisco
I've been there.
at the mall, Stonebriar Mall, and they had all 4 of them. They had Andre, Brett.
I bet he was
Yeah,
jacking the price up on those.
I don't even know how. I was afraid to ask,
Yeah,
But
I like that guy, and I like his store. I mean, he actually gave me a good deal on some stuff when he used to work at like his previous store, that DFW
yeah,
Toys.
yeah,
But ever since he's moved into his new store, like every time I've gone there, like the prices are just like out of
yeah.
sight. I mean, he's like he just jacks the price up on everything, man. Like he'll have like a ton of good stuff, but it's just way too expensive.
When he was in Louisville, the store is actually pretty legit. Now, when
Yeah,
I
are
went,
you
that was
talking about
just
the DFW Toys, or was that? Because I know he
no,
had
no. It was
like,
when the first time that at the time for the DFW toys was that was when I think he was still working with them at the time. That was when I met
mhm.
Kevin Nash, and that was like a few years ago.
Yeah, it's been
But
a
I think
while.
he left. Yeah. Then after that, I think he had a fallout or something with the other owners or whomever it was, and
Yeah,
then I guess he wasn't doing anything for a while, and then he decided to make a comeback, and then he opened a store in Louisville, at
yeah.
the Music City Mall.
That
I went there
yeah.
once, and it was actually pretty nice. But then when I went to the one that's in Frisco, the main store now, because I think he originally had like two stores, but I think he closed the one in Louisville and decided to keep the one in
Oh, okay.
Frisco. Yeah, and it wasn't. Maybe it was just that day, but when I went, it just wasn't what I thought it was. And that's when I saw the Wave 7 of the Motu WWE.
Yeah,
Like I said, I was afraid to ask how much he was going to
I
charge.
had been to that one at that in Louisville at that Music City Mall or whatever. I'd been to that
Yeah,
one a couple of times. I haven't been to the Frisco one, I guess, since
yeah.
they reopened or since they opened that one. I haven't been to that location.
But other than that, as far as new stuff goes, nothing really is catching my eye at the moment. I
You
still
know,
look.
one of the
Um,
only things that I want, man, not to cut you off, sorry,
no, go
but
ahead.
with
Cut him off, please.
since he's showing that he picked that Hollywood elite Andre the Giant as Bigfoot,
Oh
I've been
yeah,
wanting the specific figure, and I don't know if that's in the wild circulating or not, or what the deal is with it. But I saw that he had it, and that's one that I do want.
one with the $1 Million Man, with the
It's just Andre the Giant as
giant
Bigfoot on
Bigfoot
that
and the million
Hollywood.
Yeah,
dollar
they
man
always
show
for
with
those unique
with
ones.
um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll come out eventually, just like when the Rowdy Piper They Live one came out. Because for a while I couldn't find it for months. Everybody else
Yeah,
was finding it. Then one day there was just a slew of them. They decided, oh yeah, we got a case of these. Let's go ahead and put them out. And then I saw them for about a week straight, and then after that they all disappeared.
Yeah,
You know, so
that's how it was here. Yeah,
and now it's
but
saturated with The Rock and John
Oh
Cena.
yeah.
Those are the
yeah.
only two you can
I
find.
actually saw that movie finally. I finally watched Fast 9, and I have to admit,
You mean 10?
F
Oh
nine,
no, it's not.
F9,
No.
F nine, F
F9,
nine,
F9.
yeah,
F that
boy,
mess.
that first 30 minutes of that movie, oh my, I couldn't handle it. It was
And
just
you're a
so off
B
the
movie
wall. I
guy,
was
and you're
just like,
saying
I
that? That's
can't do
rough.
this shit.
You're
Is that
talking about
the?
somebody that deliberately watches B movies
Is that
Yeah, I
was that
know.
on
the?
It
his
was
free
just
time.
dude, if you watch that first 20 minutes of it,
It's rough.
that first 20 minutes of it is just so insane. It just melts your brain,
Is that the
because
one
they would
where
have
I saw
died
the
like within the
trailer?
first
And John
attempt.
Cena is his brother in that one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
yeah.
Toretto.
He's the what's his first name in there?
Jacob
Jacob
Toretto.
Tourette.
I mean, like
Give me a break.
first of
It's
all, like
Jacob
we're
with the
supposed to
K.
buy that. That's ridiculous.
Jacob
You know
with
what I
a
mean?
K.
But
Yep.
then, but the trailer I saw, he literally like he does like a Tarzan with his car and jumps
Yeah,
off the damn cliff.
yeah. They
And
literally
his
Tarzan the
car
car.
is swinging on a damn vine.
Yes.
I'm like,
That if
and
that was
it's
to
funny
happen in
because
real life,
there's
if
a.
that happened in real life, that whole fucking undercarriage would have just been ripped apart
It's
right
funny
when it
because
happened.
there's a YouTuber, a movie reviewer I watch. He called it Carzan instead of Tarzan.
Tarzan.
I thought that was pretty funny. But
I'm telling
I
you,
mean,
that
that is
first
They have
20
no
minutes.
ridiculous.
shame.
I've
That
seen
series
like
has no shame, dude.
Oh no!
I've seen like a couple of those
Zero
movies just 'cause
shame.
my nephew loves them, and
I
they
just
are even the older ones are just like ridiculous, you know.
like give me a minute to explain this. Imagine going back to 2003, whenever the first one came out, and
2001, I
telling
think.
people
Yeah.
this series is going to evolve from stealing DVD players
Yeah, to
to
driving
them
out in outer
being the
space
guys
with a
you
vintage
call
car.
when you can't catch a criminal organization. You call these dudes.
It's
Because they stole DVD players back in the day. They are the bona fide. They can bust any organized crime ring all over the world.
they
They're
were
qualified.
they were hawking DVD VHS players like combos, the combos.
It was combo
which
units.
if they had held on to those things would be worth a fortune right now because those things go for like $500. You know, so I'm just saying they should have played the long game with those.
How it's evolved from that to what it is now. I mean.
Yeah, now it's fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous, man.
Like he's gonna have Iron Man style monitors. Toretto's gonna be like.
Well, that movie reviewer I was talking about, they said they just need to go all out and have them drive around in Transformers, you know, and have like Optimus Prime show up, and you know, like
imagine the Fast and the Furious and Jurassic Park coming together.
Yeah, and that too. That was the other thing he said. They need to bring in Jurassic Park too, and
I mean they're all under Universal, so why not?
Just cross all of it over.
You know, and it's funny because the Tyrese and Ludacris that plays Roman and Tez, not Tez, Tage, I think they call it. Ludacris calls himself Tage in that movie, but they make fun. They actually throughout the whole movie they make fun of how the fact that every time they go on these missions that they should be dead, but they're unscathed. They have no scratch. They come out no scratch at all, no bullet wounds or nothing. Yeah. And they make fun of that. You know how
they killed the guy and then he's alive again.
Yeah,
they did the whole funeral. They were depressed. And he's still alive. Like what kind of? They can't commit to anything.
Yeah, I think in Fast 8, like Vin Diesel like stomps on a building and it collapses.
Yeah.
And he like gets out of the rubble and just like dusts himself off. You know what I mean? Like,
no, even
that
worse,
happens in the movie. Like
yeah.
I'm not
even worse.
No, you're talking about. I think it was F7. Fast.
Yeah,
7.
that happens in a movie.
Yeah,
Jason Statham and Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Jason Statham's character was so evil and killed so many people. And then in the very next movie, we forgive all your sins. You're a good guy now.
We're going to work together.
That works for me. It's convenient.
To answer this question, it says, Toy Curator, do you have recommendations on the best version of a Kevin Nash action figure? Well, it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for vintage, you know, I would probably go with either Jack Specific, the first release when they first came out, or possibly look for something in the Jack Specific Classic line. If you're looking for a newer one, and if you still want to stay in a vintage style, go for the retro one, the Hasbro retro that Mattel did. I think that was in series 10 or 9. Or if you want to go way back, you can choose whatever Toy Biz version they put out, because I got a bunch of them.
I have
the worst ones. The worst ones would probably be the ones that San Francisco toy makers made. Old San Francisco toy makers.
We should talk about the passing of Scott Hall.
Oh yeah, that was a biggie. I'm glad. I mean, it's terrible that he had to pass and all. I'm sure he's got a lot of medical history, but I'm glad that he kind of got his life cleaned up, you know, before he went out like that, I guess I should say, if he still was cleaned up. Yeah, that was a big loss.
Brad, you remember watching Razor Ramon as a kid with your brother?
I didn't watch during that era, but I remember him, but I never watched him.
Right.
I did.
I bet your brother did.
He would.
I'm sure he probably remembers.
Razor's Edge was basically that move that what's his name does, the big Celtic warrior.
The Celtic cross.
Yeah, that's what. But he stopped kind of doing it. I don't know if it's maybe it was taxing on his body towards the end to lift people like that and bomb them like that. But that was like his main move forever, and then he just stopped doing it.
Yeah, when
I
you start
enjoyed
doing the
watching
bro
him.
kick instead of the Celtic thing.
And then NWO, him and Nash, those were fun for years to watch.
Yeah, in interviews that I've watched him in, he basically says that he loved doing that kind of stuff because he said he didn't care. You know, he was just like at that time he could do whatever and get away with anything they wanted to do. You know, and he said that's just how he was back then. You know, and just he loved being that way.
That match that he had with Stone Cold at was it WrestleMania 20?
18.
The same one as Hogan versus Rock?
Yeah, it was 18.
It was 18. Yeah, that was God, he looked terrible in that match.
Yeah, he said that he didn't want to work with Stone Cold at that time. He admitted that, saying that at that time he wasn't right in the mind. He was still battling his demons, and that the program that he did just wasn't good. He said it was okay, but it wasn't fun. He said if it's not fun for me, then I don't want to do it no more. So that's why he left shortly after WrestleMania, because it wasn't fun for him. He didn't enjoy doing it. It just felt like I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting their time. I don't need to be here. You know, I'd rather do something that's going to be enjoyable for me than instead of being miserable.
Yeah.
So,
If you can get away with it and you have money, I guess, you know, yeah, you got to follow your happiness.
yeah, well, that's what he did. He said that when he was on the pills and alcohol, he said that he hates drinking alcohol, but he said if he had a choice, he would rather do pills all day instead of drink. But it's the fact that combining the both of them just made everything feel better, you know. But if he had to do one of them, he'd rather do pills than drink, you know. Because you got to remember that in his family, he even said that his mother and father were an alcoholic, and his grandparents were alcoholics. So, kind of see where that kind of he got it from.
Yeah.
But he said the last time he saw his father was like when his father passed away. He was already 20 years clean, you know, at the time. So his dad was actually able to get his shit together and stay clean before his time was up, you know. No problem, Logic. But yeah, they just buried him yesterday, I think.
I haven't seen the picture.
Yeah,
I saw the photo with Triple H and HBK was there. Sean Waltman, Xbox.
So
Nash, of course.
So what do you think of Triple H's announcement? How moving was that when he came out to the ring and laid his boots down in the last time at WrestleMania? You know, being out there in that crowd, you know, you had to get that one last pop.
Who knows if he'll honor it or not?
I mean, look
how Sean diminished what he did when he came back for that
one awful
the show in
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
he said he wished he never did that. I mean, not everybody can do that, you know. Even Goldberg put it best, because there's a chiropractor that I watch, Bo Hightower, and
I love Bo Hightower.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about, huh?
Oh yeah, we watch him all the time. He does all the celebrity adjustments.
Yeah, all the wrestlers
with a hammer.
and stuff. So yeah, yep. And he worked on Goldberg, and Goldberg said that at his age, in his 50s, he said it's hard to do that. He said he's been very blessed to be able to do it at his age, because he says when I was in my 30s, that shit was hard. He goes, when you're in your 40s, it's even harder. But now, you know, I'm in my 50s, it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, people, not everybody can do and perform at that high level like he was able to do. You know, he's been very fortunate to do that, but now he knows that he can't do it anymore. So that's why he does the Undertaker route once a year, you know, or twice a year, whatever. But I think he's pretty much done for now. You know.
The last fight with Roman, he looked pretty
Yeah.
banged up afterwards.
So
Didn't Roman get pretty injured?
yeah, he dislocated his shoulder or bicep or something. Yeah, he hurt his bicep because when they speared him, when he speared Brock through the guardrail thing, that's where he did it. That's what fucked him up. People think he got fucked up when he got him in that chokehold, but no, that wasn't it. It
wasn't a Kimura.
Yeah, it was when he did that spear on the guardrail thing.
I like that match, start to finish. I thought it was good. It ended with the right guy winning.
Yeah,
it was short.
But I think it was short because of that. They went ahead and decided to go ahead and end it when it could.
I thought it was good. It lived up to the hype as best as they could. And I thought overall Mania was really good both nights. I really loved the Johnny Knoxville match. I thought that was super entertaining. I was laughing my whole. That was so hilarious.
Your boy Jim Cornette hated it.
Oh yeah.
I love his takes on certain things. Why he was going in on that match.
Edge and AJ was a letdown for me. That did not live up to the hype like I had it. I thought that was going to be a pure wrestling match, and it wasn't.
No. It's almost time for Edge to call it quits too. He doesn't have it like
he says he don't have much longer.
Yeah, I think he says he's got like another year or two left.
Yeah, I don't see him more than a year from now.
So, but yeah, I prefer night 1 over night 2, to be honest.
So let's change the subject for Brad's sake. He's not a pro wrestling guy. Not fair.
I've been trying to keep up with the new stuff. You know, I've been regularly going visiting, you know, with my brother and my mom on Friday nights. So I've been watching like.
What's your brother think about Cody going back to WWE? Does he have an opinion on that?
No.
That didn't
he
affect
likes his favorite. One of his favorite guys is I mean, he likes Roman, but one of his favorite guys is Ricochet.
Oh, Ricochet.
And Ricochet is awesome. Like he's like just physically, just for me watching it, like not knowing a whole lot about wrestling or anything. Like he really puts on like I don't really get into it, but like when I watch his matches, like they're really like just those moves that he does are like pretty awesome. You know.
I'm surprised he's lasted as long as he has, because he is not what WWE would look for. As far as his style of wrestling, because he's as they call it, an indie darling.
Not many guys get the call up from NXT and survive.
Yeah.
And Ricochet has.
Very fortunate to last as long as he did, because he's one of the Triple H guys. He's one of the guys that Triple H signed, you know, before all that shit came to an end. So he's very fortunate to him and Finn and a couple other guys are very fortunate to still be on that roster as long as they have, even though they haven't really done a whole lot with them. And Vince McMahon doesn't see a whole lot in them. But as far as what they got,
speaking of Vince and McAfee's match and the terrible stunner, and
that was funny.
Everybody, they said a lot of people on his closest told him it'd be a bad idea for him to get in the ring.
You know what he said to that? He basically said, I don't care as long as people enjoy and laugh at it and have fun with it. That's all I care about. So he was in it for the pop, really. I mean, he knew it was going. I'm pretty sure he knew it was going to be terrible. Why do you think Stone Cold was laughing when he couldn't get a hold of that last stunner and just flopped around like that, and the way he fell with his leg
the
off?
The way Austin Theory sold it, though, that was. He took a page out of The Rock's book selling that.
Yeah, so I would say The Rock is first, then Theories, and then Halls. That's how I rate everybody.
D'Lo Brown, he would sell the Sunners pretty good.
I don't remember D'Lo Brown's that much, but I know he took one, but I just don't remember how.
He took that famous one that was on top of a truck. It was like an extra painful stunner.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And the way he sold that was like astronomically, insanely goofy.
That was like in the beginning of the Nation of Domination
Yeah.
days, when he was still like somewhat like a
He
bodyguard.
sold the sun on top of that truck.
Okay, yeah, now I remember.
His ass took all of that.
He probably felt that the next day.
He did. I talked to him about it in person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did get the chance to meet him.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Nice guy. And he's a fan. He's a fan himself. And he's a collector. He buys figs.
I was watching Ethan Page's newest vlog today, and my wife was like, watched it a little bit with me
in the house,
and she's like, "Are these wrestlers?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Damn, I didn't realize that a lot of wrestlers are collectors." I said, "You'd be surprised." I said, "All these guys that you see on this video, they're all AEW guys, and there's a ton of them that."
Yeah, but look what Cardona and Brian have started, though. Like, those guys laid the brickwork for these new ones.
Mm-hmm.
And Cardona has said on multiple interviews, when him and Brian came in, if they had tried to do anything in the back room, Undertaker was there being the locker room leader. Like, they would have got their asses handed to them just for bringing up toys.
Hilarious. They had to wait.
When Taker goes, did you see that interview, Kevin, where Taker was talking about how today's generation's too soft?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if you regret saying that.
And everyone's like, it's because we don't want to go to jail or buy cocaine or.
Well, back then, there was no social media, cell phone.
They're like, well, what's wrong with jail and cocaine?
Now everybody sees everything. Everything's documented. So who wants to have their name thrown out there like that?
I saw one interview with the Undertaker where he said Edge was his favorite wrestler currently.
Mm-hmm.
He said Yokozuna was his most difficult match he had ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
He was the strongest guy he'd ever dealt with. He was just naming they were asking him a bunch of different questions. And
he didn't specify if it was the casket match or not with Yoko?
No, with Yoko. No, he didn't say it.
Just anytime he worked with Yoko was
he's one of the strongest and most difficult wrestlers to face.
But they were super tight knit. They were like brothers, apparently.
Yeah.
And Godfather and Taker are really tight knit and close.
BSK.
I think he mentioned him too as one of his most respected. And I know he said he was that Brock Lesnar was one of the fastest wrestlers he had ever seen inside the wrestling ring. He's unnaturally or just really, really fast guy for his size.
I've seen his comments about Lesnar being a face lately, and he's like, it's all fun and games. I'm glad he's enjoying himself, but at the end of the day, he's going to grab you and suplex you. He's like, that's what Brock Lesnar is.
That's what he does.
He might be smiling and popping for the crowd, but at the end of the day, he's going to get a hold of you and suplex you.
Fuck your ass up.
I don't know. Can I check after? I'll check for it.
But anyway, we should move on from wrestling.
All right.
Let's talk Moon Knight. Brad likes Moon Knight.
What's that?
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
Oh, Moon Knight.
Some in the suit. Some in the TTH.
Totally
I'm a big fan of the actor they picked to start with. To start with, what's Oscar?
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
my wife goes, "That's that Star Wars guy, isn't it?" And I was like,
they won't use. He's got an actual Guatemalan name that Hollywood won't cast him.
Is that what it is?
That's why you had to go with Oscar Isaac just to get casted.
Yeah.
Had to go with those two first names.
Yeah,
I'm glad
he's got 4 names. And Oscar Isaac are legitimate names of his, and that's what Hollywood, his agent said, we have to put your name out like this because these Guatemalan and Cuban descent names, you're not going to get jobs.
I'm not going to pronounce it and shit like that.
That's perfect because Moon Knight has multiple names.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's got lots of stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting and a different take on the character, for this TV series. It's totally different from what the comic books is.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
I don't know nothing about Moon Knight.
You know what my wife said when she saw, because she sat down with me on the second episode, and she saw the replay or the recap of the first episode, and when she saw the suit, she goes, "Who's this bootleg Batman?" I was like, "Bingo, she got it."
Bootleg Batman.
Because he's basically Marvel's Batman, you know. And but yeah, like I said, it's a totally different take on the character, which is interesting, which is good though. Totally different from, has some elements from the comic books, but as far as the overall scheme of what they're going for, it's totally different. You know, has a little bit of Easter eggs.
Yeah, I mean I haven't read a whole lot of Moon Knight, but I know that there's been like, even in the comics, there's been like different interpretations of that character over the years. You know what I mean? So, I like, you know, what they're doing. They're doing like the whole sort of like, it's this like you're the audience is finding out, you know, about this character as he is. You know, it's kind of like the mystery is sort of unraveling, you know, as you're watching it. You know, so, and you're kind of like, you know, there's like clues dropping in each episode to like sort of like bring it all together. And I like, you know, those type of shows or those type of movies, but sometimes sometimes, you know, when you know, by the end of the episode, by the end of the last episode, you know, that mystery has been solved, and sometimes it's not as fun going back and watching it again because you know what's going to happen, I guess, or you know where the mystery is going. But I don't know. At the same time, though, there's always like those Easter eggs and clues that they'll put in those early episodes that you won't know
until you've seen the second or third watch.
Until you've seen the last episode. So, in that respect, it might be fun to go back and rewatch it again.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of The Shadow. That's
Visually,
right.
I can see that.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. When I saw after the second episode, I got to thinking, I was like, this kind of reminds me of The Shadow a little bit. Kind of similar characteristics and how The Shadow became about and stuff.
They must really love the dude. I mean, to cast him in so many Marvel and, you know, Star Wars and Disney, they must really like this guy.
Yeah. He was Timothy Chalamet's daddy in Dune.
He was.
I heard you finally stomached that version of Dune, Blucher.
It was actually pretty decent.
I thought so too. I had no interest in watching it, and I watched a little bit of the beginning, didn't care for it, but for some reason I sat down recently and went through it, and I actually enjoyed it also more than I thought I would.
It's actually pretty good. It's actually more novel oriented than the original film. So you'll have to, if they do make a second part.
I hope they don't. I hope it never gets made.
The second part should open up a lot more. You know, you'll see more action than this one had.
Everybody's getting the boot. That guy that plays the Flash, they don't want nothing to do with him anymore.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah, they said he's a nightmare to work with on set.
He's being a punk, apparently.
Yeah. All of them. They had that whole team like fell apart. Ben Affleck, all of them, the Superman.
They're like, fuck this shit.
They just all started unraveling. The only one that I guess Aquaman did pretty good, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like Aquaman and Wonder Woman are the only two that survived together.
So the Matt Reeves Batman will be on HBO Max in about a week.
Yeah. Good. I'll be able to watch it then. I wanted to go see it in the theaters, but I just got to the point where it's like, well,
I've heard good things. Things.
Yeah, I saw it at the theater. I mean, the only thing I didn't like about it was I liked it up to the third act of the movie. I really didn't like the sort of like ending, the last half of it, and I didn't really care for the Riddler overall. Like at the beginning, I like him because you know he's doing like classic Riddler stuff, but I just couldn't get on board with the whole like
this version of Riddler.
Yeah, this whole like kind of
pandemic version of Riddler.
Yeah, he's just so like ultra violent and everything. It's just like I kind of like would have preferred a more like intellectual.
A cerebral Riddler. Riddler was always about outsmarting 5 steps ahead.
Yeah, I always saw him as a more intellectual Joker. You know what I
Sure.
mean? But you know,
You
they're
wanted
not.
more of the Jim Carrey Riddler, didn't you?
He did all right. He did all right.
There's a guy that's been in the headlines lately, Jim Carrey, just going off about everything. I mean, he's mad at Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock. He's mad.
Right.
He doesn't want to act anymore, but he just did the second Sonic movie. He's taking that paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well, he did that before all that other shit happened. So I mean, it's not like
he's going to do a third Sonic
He'll
movie.
be-
You
he'll
think
be
they're
back
not going to
with-
call him and say,
You know he'll be back for Sonic 3.
yes,
You know
he
they-
will.
they
He ain't
even
going to
said
turn that
that-
payday down.
they even said that even if he doesn't come back, that they're not going to bother trying to replace him with that character or anything.
He'll be back for Sonic 3.
He'll do Sonic.
Oh, they did post that, right? That they would never recast anyone else.
Yep.
Once
They
it's
won't.
done.
That's hilarious.
Once
What a
he's done, that's
commitment
it.
from the Sonic movie. That's fucking hilarious.
The bad thing
Who
is that's
knew?
the only villain, right?
Who knew like that was such a sacred property that
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's groups that are committing suicide over it already.
Oh my god.
Well,
That's so
you
funny.
saw how people reacted to the original concept when the original trailer came out.
Oh, yeah.
You think they're not going to go
Fans
crazy?
destroyed that iteration of him.
They were like, nope, we're not seeing it. They said,
I mean,
okay, we'll
it was
change
pretty
it.
awful.
He was like a big furry thing, like a big fur ball or some shit looking.
They're like, what? You actually want it to look like the video game?
Okay. So anything new that's been announced that anybody's interested in?
Well, of course,
Hasbro, Mattel?
Obi-Wan.
Oh,
The Obi-Wan on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about
I'm sure
that
there's
shit.
going to be Black Series for that, don't you think, Brad?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm good. I'm
I'm
out of
excited
Yeah.
to see Hayden be Vader again, getting some redemption as Vader.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, how. My only concern with that is how much is he going to be in that show? Like, I'm hoping he's only in the show for like the beginning and the end or something like that, because that kind of has me nervous, you know, because you know he was so hated in those movies. So I don't know. We'll see, but the trailer looked good though. I mean, the teaser that they put out, it's got me excited.
I don't think I saw it.
You haven't seen the trailer yet?
I'll watch it eventually.
People are tearing apart the Inquisitor or whatever because of his. Like they said, they went cheap on the.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I think now that you
Kevin.
mentioned that, I think I did see that. Yeah. I wouldn't even worry
But you
about
know,
that.
they may not be like completely done with that either, because sometimes
Hell, they had a
release
problem
these
with Cad
trailers,
Bane.
You know,
I mean, shit.
sometimes they release these trailers with unfinished effects and stuff. So
They
I
had
think
problems
people need
with CGI Luke in Mando season 2. I mean,
yeah.
Like, really?
And that was pretty good.
Yeah. That's a scene that makes your hair stand up on your arms. Shit. Serious. And you
actually,
worry about-
Mando season 3 just finished wrapping, so they're done filming. Now it's just editing and getting it ready for this holiday.
I mean, the Luke effects that the young Luke effects that they did in Book of Boba looked fantastic. I mean, they were like phenomenal looking.
It's come a long way since Tarkin and Rogue One.
Yeah.
So what they can do now with the CGI face.
It came a long way since, you know, season 2 of Mandalorian, in my opinion. Like it looked like night and day. you
Yeah.
know. It looked 10 times better than it did in you know, that scene in Mandalorian season 2. You know,
Did you
those
see where?
Boba scenes.
Did y'all see where RG was with the actress that was Fennec
Yeah.
Yeah.
at a convention? I seen you commented on it, Brad.
Yeah, she signed his figure and shit.
That's epic.
Said it's been a while since they saw each other, so
That's awesome.
yeah, I actually looked at her Instagram page and she was saying her husband bought a whole case of her figures for her.
That's funny.
Scalper.
Disney has a few shows that are showing on the upcoming that look pretty good.
You think
I don't know if y'all have any interest in some. Like they have Willow, a new Willow series with Warnicky Davis is going to be in it.
Yeah.
They were talking about also what's the Ahsoka Tano.
Mhm.
Right.
Her
That one
series.
I'm looking
There's a
forward to that
couple.
one.
There's a
The
couple
Lord
of
of the
different
Rings.
ones.
They say Hayden Christian may be in the Ahsoka show too.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that guy was still around.
He's around.
Last thing I seen him in was that movie Takers with
Taker.
T.I. and
Is that
Columbus
the one
Short
like
and
people were getting taken by like shadows or something?
no, it's a bank robbery film.
Oh, then I ain't seen that.
That's,
I seen like
No.
a low budget horror movie he made, like where the power went out and people were being taken away by shadows.
sounds
Sounds
interesting.
scary.
The only way to avoid them was with light, and like he was saving like this random kid he found.
I bet it was scary.
It was corniest. So
It's better than killer donuts or couches.
Hell yeah, Killer Jeans. There is a movie that's about killer jeans, like blue jeans.
Terrible. It's
but
probably
not just the men,
by the makers
but
of
the
Killer
women
Couch.
and the children.
Well, does anybody got stuff they want to show off?
I don't.
Show and
I've had
tell.
the Brad.
Brad, yeah, I know you got some stuff, Brad. Come on, Brad.
I have some stuff. I can show some stuff off.
Make them large, Kev.
So
Let's see. There's been a lot of as far as like newer stuff, I've been getting a lot of NECA stuff just because they've been doing this like NECA holothon or whatever they're calling it.
Man, I haven't really done anything with the holothon. I just kind of like left it as is.
So I'm still getting a lot of the animated turtle stuff, and they had this glow in the dark Muckman here.
Now that's cool.
That's Mugman.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
And you can't really see it, but the box actually glows
Oh, yeah.
in the dark too. It's got
Dude.
like the glow in the dark. It's kind of like that alien figure that you got me, Harry. It's kind
Yeah.
of the same effect on the box.
Oh my God. Open that window. Oh my God.
There he
Open
is.
that window.
That is so sexy.
That's
Yeah,
a cool figure.
I honestly wouldn't, because I had like the regular version. And
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning on getting this, but man, he looks so cool. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get it.
Dude, that is so freaking dope.
Yeah, I see a bunch of those. The only things that I'm really looking for as far as NECA goes right now at the moment is Bronx and Demona. Haven't found
Yeah,
those two yet.
I'm still hunting Demona. I found Bronx, but I haven't seen Demona. I kind of like am thinking about waiting because I'm hoping that they might fix the whole wing issue.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of reviews where the wings were all broken and
complaining about her wings
and...
either being broken or just falling down and stuff like that. So I'm not like in a huge hurry because that figure is going to be available everywhere. It's not like a Target exclusive or anything. So, and then I got some Elvira figures. I found this Toonie Terrors one, which is pretty cool.
That's another figure I'm looking for. Not the Toonie Terror, but the Elvira thing.
The realistic one.
Yeah. Not the fake
NECA.
one. I wouldn't mind having the real one, even though she's in her 70s.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's the one. I even got the signature edition. Nice.
Yeah.
I friggin' need Elvira so bad.
Got her little signature there on the bottom as well.
Mm-hmm. That's what you paid the $100 for that little signature at the bottom.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like on a card on the inside, but I'm probably not even gonna open it. I'll probably just keep it in the box. Let's see what else. I got one of them. I'm still getting these. I'm getting like the G1 Transformer Red figures, like these action figures. Like these are the non-transforming ones, but this is from like the G1 movie. You know, it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but I thought this one was really cool looking.
That's cool.
And then they have like the accessories are like on the side over here, which I think that's kind of cool the way they do that.
Good utilization of space there.
Yeah.
And then I found a went to Dirt Cheap and found a
Oh, a bat.
found a bat at Dirt Cheap.
Nice.
He was
saw
missing
one bat recently.
He has everything except he was missing his chest plate. He has like a damaged chest plate, but he was missing like the regular one.
So that was the only thing missing.
But you know, it was marked at $14.99, and then it ended up bringing up as like
$7,
50% off, so it was $7.50.
Not bad.
So I figure I'll just use this one as like a battle damage one, you know.
Army builder figure, it don't matter.
Yeah, because I love like out of all of the Cobra troop builders that they do that they've done, like this is like
That's
my
your
favorite one. And like I never really collected G.I. Joe back in the day, you know. But I always loved the bats like on the show, like how they looked. I just really liked the, you know, that cyborg, you know, design on these guys.
He's the most masters of the universe to you, that's why.
Yeah, probably. It kind of reminds me of like Roboto with like the chest and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, so pick that. But as far as like Dirt Cheap goes, man, I haven't really been finding a whole lot of anything in there. It's really been crappy.
Besides the Brontosaurus debacle or the Scalpers.
Oh man, yeah. Like I told you guys about that. Like I was there when the guy was like unloading. He unloaded like a whole pallet of those like.
There would have been like 30 or 40, right?
Weren't they brontosauruses? Is that what they were, David?
Yeah, the Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, they had a whole. They had to have had like 30 or 40 of them.
I'm surprised you didn't pick. I would have picked one up right then and there.
And then they were like only like 20% off or something like that. So my cheap ass wanted to wait until
the long game.
Yeah, I wanted them to go.
Sometimes there are certain things that don't need to be played.
They ended up going to 50 off. So it was like 25, I think, or 30.
And that was when you were willing to pull the trigger.
No, I wanted to be even cheaper, and then. But they had so many.
You
of
had
them,
opportunity at 25, and you didn't pull the trigger.
There were still like about 30 or 40 on the shelf, and then like
you
I went back
fill
like
your gas tank with $25.
And I went back like 2 days later, and every one of them were gone. Like some scalper came in there and bought every one of them. So. But that's my fault. I should have, you know, pulled the trigger. But
that's honestly, first song.
I would have been mad
about those for sure.
I mean, I would have been mad to pay, you know, $30 for it. I would have wanted it cheaper. So, you know,
that's actually a pretty good deal for a $60 toy.
It is. Like half off is a good deal. Half off is a good deal. I should have probably gotten it, but
at least
I didn't. So.
Lesson learned.
But probably one of the coolest things I picked up recently at Walmart was this.
Nice.
This guy.
Oh, nice. What is that, NECA?
Yeah, this is the NECA
1/4
quarter scale Batman.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah, because I was glad that I was just happy that they re-released that, because that came out like about 5 years ago or something like that.
Oh.
And then, you know, it kind of like sold out, and, you know, people online were charging a lot of money for it, like $300 or something like that.
Damn.
And then they finally re-released it about a year ago or 6 months ago or something like that. NECA did. But they went up. Originally, you know, the price was like $100 for those quarter scale figures. But they raised the price on all those quarter scale figures. So like when they re-released it, it was like, depending on where you got it, some places were selling it for like 130, some places were selling it for 150. And I was like, you know, that's, you know, kind of high. Like, but Walmart, when they stocked it, they were selling it for, you know, 100, like 98.99 or something like that. So as soon as I found it at my local Walmart, I snapped. And I'm glad I got it, because I've only seen it like one time at one Walmart. So I'm glad I went ahead and got it, and I didn't snooze on it, because you know, yeah, like I said, it was kind of like cool to get a second chance to get it at that original price, you know. But that's kind of like the biggest thing that I've gotten recently, you know.
So you've got no Black Series recently?
What's that?
No Black Series pickups for you?
I got a few.
Show me some Black Series.
I was
Show
mentioning
me.
when you ducked out earlier, Harry. That's one of those things. I haven't found any Black Series in about a year. You know, like they just haven't been on the shelves like at all. But I've just randomly found like a few here and there, and like even on Amazon, this one popped up for like $13. So I got this one recently.
Mm.
You know, this is the.
I passed on that at my Walmart. I saw it randomly months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so did
I
I'm
never
kind of
even
kicking
saw
myself.
this one. I never even saw this one on the shelf. But Amazon had it for like $13, so I was like, I'll go ahead and get that for sure.
Good deal.
I only want it for the Sasha Banks head sculpt. That's it. That's like the only reason why I would get it. Other than that,
they don't have that, unfortunately. I wish they did actually. But...
Oh, they don't? I thought they did.
No,
Didn't the
it
helmet
just
come off?
No, well, I don't know. The helmet might. Yeah, it does actually. There is a head
Yeah,
under there.
her head's under there.
She better look the very same as the wrestling figure.
I know, right? I'd hate to wait $20.
No,
and I'm like,
Hasbro has better sculpts than Mattel.
At GameStop, I found this one. This is
cool.
Oh,
Nice.
from
That
Rogue
looks
One.
so much better than the other. Didn't they redo all the Rogue Ones?
Yeah,
with
well,
new face sculpt?
they did, Harry, but they never released him
Right.
originally.
He's a new addition to that movie.
I didn't get any of the others. I didn't rebuy them, even though the head sculpts are better. I'm good enough with
K2SO's head ain't better. His is the same.
Yeah, I didn't want to rebuy all those
He's
figures.
just a damn robot, so I.
Yeah, I just didn't want to rebuy all those figures, so I just kept the ones that I had.
That's a good looking figure.
And then
that dude's career is blowing up like crazy lately. He's getting used in all kinds of projects now.
And then literally just the other day, I found this carbonized short sleeper.
I see him all over Targets.
Yeah, so
I'm not crazy about all these carbonized figures because I feel like they're just getting me to rebuy all these. But since it's a trooper, I figure I'll get one of these because I really do like that color, that kind of copper, look.
What movie does it say he's from?
This is from it says The Mandalorian. Actually, I thought it was from Rogue One.
Okay.
Which so I guess that's cool. I guess it's different. I literally thought it was Rogue One, but the other day I saw the packaging said maybe
I like it.
Yeah, I got that one, and that's it. I mean, that's like for the past like year or so, I haven't been getting any new Star Wars figures because I just haven't been finding any.
Well, it was an impressive haul. Thanks for sharing with us.
Yeah, man.
You got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Dave's turn.
Yay. Make me large, Kev.
Ooh, bad.
Now, I do have a lot of stuff I could show, but I'm just going to keep it short and sweet a little bit. So just kind of like a couple of things here and there.
Just put the tip in, Dave.
That's right. So I told y'all I was getting back into the vintage gaming consoles. So I'm only getting games of consoles that I currently have, like my original Sega since I had as a kid, and then PS and the PS2. So one of the games I bought from for the Sega that I've been playing quite a bit is the
great game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I prefer the one for the Super Nintendo because they got more characters. Mm-hmm. Since I don't have a Super Nintendo, there's no need for me to have it.
So Yoko's not on that one.
No, none. This only has like maybe half the roster that the Super Nintendo has.
I never knew that. And I thought they were exact the same.
Nope. And so then I bought for the PlayStation WCW Nitro. So
nice. This is all fun games.
And then as far as Jurassic World stuff goes, my recent purchase for that is for my Camp Cretaceous collection by Sammy. The only one I'm missing as far as the human characters goes is the Brooklyn. And she's like super hard to find. So I might have to either buy it from somebody that's selling it in the community, or probably Amazon.
I'll just ask Brad.
Which one is Brooklyn?
Brooklyn is let's see. Don't know if you can see, but she is that one right there. She has the pink outfit.
Is it a yellow top or a pink? Pink top? Pink top?
It's pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mainly bought this at Best Buy, so the best bet to look for her, for them, or for this wave is Best Buy. I know as odd as that sounds, but
That is all.
so yeah, I've never found any of these else at the. I did find the other one, the Darius and the Brachiosaurus at Best Buy. So these are where I've been finding mine. So I've been trying
That's crazy.
to collect.
Yeah, I
Look
just
at
found a bunch of Chase Funko Pops at Best Buy recently.
so.
See
Man,
my
I haven't been to a
Instagram for
Best
that.
Buy in like 2 years.
So if anybody sees it, let me know, please. If not,
Yeah, what do you real quick? Speaking of Best Buy, Dave, what do you think about them announcing that they're pulling their physical media out of their stores?
the what now?
They've announced that they're gonna pull their DVDs out of their stores.
Oh,
Best
they're
Buy.
done with DVDs
Like
finally?
they're going
well,
to. I think they're gonna keep like new releases like at the beginning at the front of the store. But I've heard that they are starting to like take them out. Like they're gonna start.
So they're
taking
not
them
going to
out.
have like a proper section anymore,
Yeah, they're gonna do
where
away
you
with it
just
completely.
have like collections and seasons.
Yeah, they'll still
Yeah.
have like exclusive steelbooks and stuff, but it'll be online, or if it's a new release, they'll put it at the front of the store, I think.
It's the end of an era, boys.
Yeah, it
Digital.
sucks. Like I
Digital.
mean, I hate that. I hate
It brings
it.
me back to my youth when I used to have expendable income.
Yeah,
This is the whole Blockbuster debacle all over again.
yeah, it's definitely the beginning of the end. I think.
Killing off all our little
Physical media.
social events that we used to do together.
So as far as to answer your question, Brad, it sucks. I haven't really bought anything as far as movies goes from Best Buy from a while because they don't really have anything like they used to. So I kind of slowed down from shopping.
There was a time though where Best Buy had.
Oh yeah, they had a wrestling section. They had a box set section. They got Blu-ray section, DVD section, anime section.
Anime that you couldn't find anywhere.
Yeah, they had like 2 sections full of stuff, but now it's just like hardly anything. It's just old shit. It's been sitting there. So I'm not surprised. But I did see a couple of sets that I want to get, so I'm gonna try to get those if I can before they actually take them all out. So.
I think they'll still have stuff available on their website. So
I've also been buying a lot of movies from secondhand stores too. I've been meaning to do a haul video on that, so I'll get on that when I can. But I have been buying a lot of Elite figures as of late too, and I've already shown Bianca Belair, so. Got her.
Nice.
And then I did pick up me a Hogan.
Okay.
I
saw that one on the shelf.
That's a great toy.
I've yet to see him.
This is the 2000 version. They're actually his 2005 SummerSlam version.
They're on the shelf and they're available.
Yeah.
Because if you go to eBay and you look at the older Mattel Hogans, like the values are just insane.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
So I had to grab them because now, you know what? And truth be told, ever since Scott Hall passed away, it's just like, man, that really hit home as far as that era of wrestlers. And so I just a lot of these other guys don't have a lot of time on this earth, so I better get at least a figure or 2 of them while I can, while the value is still reasonable, because once they pass away for the next 2 or 3 years, they're going to be expensive shit. So
there was a red and yellow Hogan like from 5 years ago, Mattel. It's a basic. Yeah. And that thing's like $75-$80 on eBay.
Crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I did go to my local Kroger Marketplace, and they're having clearances out of their old stock, so I was able to grab a couple of wrestlers there too. And I thought I had picked up Trish Stratus, but I guess I didn't. Thought I grabbed her, but I guess I didn't. But I did finally find me an MVP. I wanted an MVP.
Ooh,
So that's how much I paid for it. It's like $9
not bad.
and some change. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good deals.
So got an MVP, and also I picked up an Aleister Black. So
Okay.
I missed out on the original release,
Mm-hmm.
and so I saw
Not
this. And I
bad,
just
bro.
figured,
$9. Come on now.
so I just figured, let me go ahead and
That's a
grab him
come up.
too.
That's a come up. I paid
Yeah.
$20 for that.
Yeah, man, my Kroger sucks. They never put anything on sale.
My Kroger only has Hot Wheels. Where you find wrestling figures at?
It's a Kroger marketplace. It's got to be a marketplace.
That's why you got more square footage.
Yeah, marketplaces are the ones that.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
You just got
That's
a regular
a Texas.
basic.
That's a Texas thing.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have one of those big.
It's a North
marketplaces,
Texas thing.
and it sucks.
And
As far as
so
toys,
when
everything
it
else
comes
is
to my vintage stuff, I won't show everything because I have a video. If y'all want to check it out, you can check it out. But
okay.
I did find I did get a nice lot of figures that Harry likes to call baby toys,
Oh, Lord.
and I found there's a lot that I picked up, and it's just true, which they are baby toys if you want to think about it, because they're from ages 2 to 7, so essentially they're for kids. But anyways, I was able to get a lot, and
technically all of this stuff that we show is for kids,
So this the Anatosaurus, or now commonly known as they changed it to the Edmontosaurus. I had this as a kid, so to be able to have this back in the collection was a thrill for me. So the only thing that's missing is the little caveman for this guy. So for right now, I can use him as a placement because I need his dinosaur. I need his Protoceratops to go to him. So I got to get me a Protoceratops for him, and I need his caveman to go with him.
Those little cavemen remind me of Garbageville kids.
Yeah, I know, right? With a little curly hair. So
chubby face, chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I did go to the Dollar Tree, and I had to pick up a couple more of these Final Faction figures.
Oh my god!
And
so
I had to get.
Yeah, they're more out. I haven't gone to one of those in a while.
And so I'm missing two more characters. They have
like an animated series and everything tied to this.
Yeah. So I'm missing 2 characters, and then I'm missing the new villains and their accessory packs. So
they made another wave of those.
Oh yeah. Hey, people buy these up, Harry. Don't sleep on these. These are cool.
Jesus.
Not something I normally buy, but I love the episodes so much that I had to get them. I even got the vehicles.
He loves the episodes.
Even like everything else on eBay, when those are no longer for retail, they're gonna go up 3 times the value.
Exactly.
It'll be $3 each.
It'll be $3 each.
Hey,
so you better get them for $1.25 while you can.
Yeah.
Hey, I know Kevin's joking, but I think there's some truth to that, because I know I found a bunch of those miniature He-Man figures at Dollar Tree. They're only $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see people all day long selling those for
they flip those for like $5.
Yeah, $5, $10,
oh
$15, $20. I see that all day long.
And people buy them.
Yeah, people are buying them because they're idiots.
I just
go to Dollar Tree.
So
no, I'm just kidding.
One of my latest Spawn figures that I added to the collection I picked up is this guy.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The Vandalizer.
That's huge.
Yeah, this is one of Violator's many siblings. So, and he's more commonly enemy is the medieval Spawn. So they're big time foes. They're beefing, whatever you want to call it. So
you bought that big ass Witcher thing too, didn't you?
Oh yes, I do. It's over there. It's
that triple headed monster over there.
Oh,
Whatever it's called.
The Kikimora. Yeah. Also, one of the things that one of my childhood friends that I've known since as a kid and graduated high school with, he sent this to me, and was very honored to have this to be a part of my collection, because this was one of his childhood toys that I think he's pretty much kept all his shit since he was a kid, and he's just now bringing it out. So he's trying to display them, so him and his son can enjoy together. And he has a lot of Transformers, and one of the first ones that he sent me was this original G1 Grimlock.
Grimlock.
And
Boy.
so his thing
It's in
was,
wonderful condition too.
Yeah.
and
Some people love the Dinobots more than most of the other G1s.
yep, and I'm one of
That's a
them.
great toy.
So
That brings me back to like
Dinobots and Insecticons were like the best. And
I
then we came
remember
out with
playing with that thing when OJ was in the Bronco on the news. I remember sitting in my living room playing with mine, and the Bronco was in the high-speed chase on the news. Whatever year that was.
it was
but
good.
it's truly amazing that he was able to send this to me, and he just basically said, look, I got a bunch of my Transformers. Once I find them, they're all yours, and I want to have this one available, so I'm going to ship this to you so you can have them on display.
That's
super nice.
That's
He was
That's
just like, I
awesome.
don't have any room, for it, and I don't collect Transformers, and I want you to have them.
That's
So,
super nice.
yeah, I was floored. I was just like, damn, a G1.
Hurry, let's
Dinobot?
flip it and make a lot of money.
No.
Oh,
No, when somebody gives Blucher something, he keeps that.
the toy
Keep it.
curator.
It's special.
Curator. Especially like that. Just like when I got that Kamala mask. That's staying in my collection forever.
Here, put me on camera real quick, Kev.
Mhm.
I still got this cable that Blucher got me in our very first trade together.
Nice. I remember that cable. Is that a select?
No, it's
No,
a
it's Marvel
legend.
He hit me up and he said, "Hey, I'm looking for a cable. Can you keep an eye on it?" I said, "Yeah, I think I just spotted one. Let me go back and get it." So
Didn't we trade the tumbler for this?
I don't even remember, dude. To be
I
honest,
think it was the tumbler.
Might have been. But one of the first
And
trades.
you're like, it was a little dirty, but I cleaned her up.
Yep, I still have it. Still have it. So
I made
still
a
works
video
and
when I
everything.
found that tumbler at that random store. It was like really cheap.
Oh, yeah, well, I actually watched that video when you found it. You was all happy as shit too.
I was surprised that the thing lit up, that the light up feature still works.
Yep, it works. Makes up noises and everything. So, but yeah, that's all I got. So if y'all want to see any more stuff that I got, check out my playlist and stuff. It's all there. Don't be shy.
I don't have much to show off, but I got one package I could open.
Show us. Make yourself large.
All right, let me turn some light on in this household.
Make yourself large.
Who
I'm
said that?
already made
NASCAR
myself
man.
large the whole year. With my Chinese food.
Chinese food. Aries.
I really like that Muckman that Brad showed off.
Man.
I love
Yeah,
Muckman.
when I
Bring
went
it back for you, Harry. I'll bring it back for you.
I love
to run
that.
it back. Yeah, when I went to Target the last time I went to Target.
That's a great toy. So
Last
there's a
week.
one in the regular paint too, just like it.
Yeah, I should have. I wish I would have remembered. I have it over here, like across the room from me. But
be
yeah, they
happy
have the
with
regular
either
painted
one of
version.
those.
It's in a 2-pack. Those Toon Turtle 2-packs they do. But this one was an individual release.
I'll have to look at Walmart, see if I can find one. I wouldn't mind.
They have them. I think they're Target
What?
exclusive.
You
Harry.
going down the naked rabbit hole?
I shouldn't.
Check out your Target. I
love
think they're Target
Muckman.
exclusives.
About to grab
There
something.
he
Let me. Give me 1 second.
Make him large.
Make me grandito. Let's see. If I would have got all these guys, but Ric Flair's the only one Walmart had was the new Superstars.
Oh, okay.
So I got Ric Flair.
That's
This wave has a Honky Tonk Man.
uh-huh.
It has Hollywood Hogan, and it has Bray Wyatt of all people.
Are those
Bray
really
Wyatt.
$20?
They're still milking that dude, making money on him. That's
It's
fucking
him
crazy.
with like a big old top hat. I don't know which
For the
gimmick that
Fiend?
was.
Bray Wyatt?
Thing.
Yeah,
Top
Bray
hat?
Wyatt with a top hat.
Yeah.
All right. And I got
Is
this.
that Ric Flair $20?
This is nothing much, but
Yeah.
a little something I think I picked up on eBay.
They're 20, Dave.
Oh, damn. Never mind. I'm going to skip that.
The Motu Classics are like 16 something now, right?
These things were $16.97 for.
They're not 15 anymore. They're inflation.
Everything went up, right?
Yeah,
All the
everything's going
legends
up.
are 22 now, and
Yeah, Black
everything's
Series are
22
20.
bucks.
Yeah, Black Series are 22.
McFarlane's still holding strong at 20.
And you get to build a figure with him.
Yep.
No. Okay. Let's see if y'all recognize these toys.
Okay.
All right.
Fire
Dogs.
What year is that from?
I think 92, 93 maybe.
Yeah, that's got to be like 93.
Yeah.
Well,
looks
look
like
at
94.
decent shape. The paint looks nice on.
Because you got to admit, in the 90s, that's when action figures actually had action.
Oh no, that's
features
their
to it.
that's when they were the is that the rubber nipples on their head? No, that's a beanie on
Rubber
top.
nipples.
Oh, that's the spaceman that's version. Isn't it?
Happy,
I think
happy,
this is the
happy,
Spaceman.
happy, happy, joy, joy,
Oh no,
joy.
he's got they got little green outfits.
Oh no, that's the
Happy,
dressed
happy,
up-
joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
they're dressed up like the Stimpy has a like a cousin or something that's like Swedish.
Yeah.
It's been a
The
while.
one that had like the accent, like he was from Europe.
Yeah, his name is Sven.
Yeah.
I think.
Whiz on the electric fence.
And then I picked up Doug. I showed
Yeah, I need to get Doug and Russell. I need to get Russell to go with him.
I love my toys for dogs.
Yeah, I thought about getting into that line, but I just said no. That's another
And
line I don't
those
need to get
those
into.
talking Pixar figures are really cool because they'll talk to each other.
What?
Yeah, they'll interact with like other Pixar toys. That talk
That's
to
You got a
the
friend
other
in
ones
me.
from
They
that
can
line.
become alive like the real Toy Story.
Yeah.
Well, I got one more thing to show off, if that's okay.
Oh, me too.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it over to you guys then, because I'm done.
You sure you're done?
Yeah, I don't really have. I mean, I got this thing. I think I showed you earlier before.
Oh, it finally came in the
Oh
mail.
yeah.
It finally
Get that.
came in from Big Bad. I ordered it like last
Oh,
year.
nice.
That
It
Mo
took
too
them
goodness,
forever
man.
to send to me.
You're like, I
love
forgot all
that.
about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I got 2 of those so I could double up, have them flanking, the guards.
Yeah.
Didn't you find those somewhere weird once, Brad, where it shouldn't have
Big
been?
lots.
Big Lots.
Big lots.
Big
this
Lots
is-
got them reduced before we even got our pre-order, some of us.
It's true.
Oh, you got a Witcher?
Yeah, this is the one that Harry was asking about.
Oh, yeah. That's cool looking.
That's a cool figure.
The
Yeah.
Kikimora. It's a creature, and I have to add it to the collection.
Are
Yeah,
gonna
you
get
had
into
to
the
get it.
human figures or no?
No, I don't have any of the human figures. I care less about that
How
shit.
you don't have
just-
Geralt, but you have that?
Yeah, so I just need let me get something real quick.
You want to
Grab
look at
time.
my Geralt? Put me on the screen so David can look at this Geralt and he can think about it.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll go good with it.
Yeah, let them fight them. Like, as
Yeah,
a pose.
I might
I
do
was
that.
just showing you my Geralt. I'm not sending him to you.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
I was like, oh shit.
I'm just giving you a window view.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's getting real in here. It's getting real.
So this is how big this thing is compared to this. I'm
It's
gonna
a
show you a
huge
comparison. Make me large, Kev.
Make them large. Oh yeah.
So here is the Galoob's
Ooh.
Arachnid Warrior.
Mhm.
And this is the Look how big this thing is.
Man,
Was that-
thing's huge?
Was that from
Starship Troopers.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
It goes you
I've
how
never seen that
scale
before.
this is.
Huge.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
Starship Troopers is such an amazing movie.
Some shitty ass sequels though.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the only thing is they started off with something amazing.
definitely shitty ass sequel.
Wow, that is a cool looking toy, man.
Oh yeah, the bug.
That is really cool.
And it's got a lot of
Those
Those
There,
are real
too.
toys. Those are real
Tycho
toys.
made that, right?
Gloob.
Oh, Baloo.
Because I always like that name. I always thought that was a cool name.
Galoob.
Oh, Gloob.
Yeah.
Micro Machines.
Yep.
They used to do the Micro Machines, also the mini Star Wars.
Yeah, they had the
Yeah,
Star
yeah, the
Trek, the
little
Star
place line.
Wars.
That Star
That
Wars
was like-
line.
Yeah.
Like Vader's head, Chewbacca's head, and C-3PO's head, and R2, and they were little play sets.
I
Sadly,
love
this thing
Micro
doesn't make any
Machines, though.
noise.
Those were cool.
All right, Brad, you say you had one more thing you wanted to show us?
Yeah, just this is for you, Dave. I
me?
went to my. I don't really collect a lot of these, but I found it at my local Second and Charles, and it's one of the Toy Biz Spider-Man figures from the animated
Nice,
series.
Black Cat.
Now
Nice.
this isn't the new ones. This is the original.
Yeah, the original ones. Yeah, they're like the
The
5-inch.
5-inch scale Toy Biz.
That's like a mid '90s Toy Biz.
This
Yes.
is like the
Hell
only one
yeah.
I have. I don't have any other ones. But since I had this one, and it was cheap, it was like $8. Like
Oh, there you go.
can see
That's a
that.
great find, dude.
It was like $9, but I had a discount, so it
Such
ended
an
up being like
amazing
$8.
car, dude, in those years. Like, Toy Biz really went all out with
It
the
was fun to see
presentation.
that.
So many accessories, and the colors were just so. The paint.
Imagine Mattel or whoever has the Marvel license produced the exact same thing with that many accessories, and how much that would be today.
You
Yeah,
mean
that'd
Yeah.
be
Hasbro?
expensive.
And I've been getting the 6-inch version, so I have like a 6-inch one on card, so I'll probably put them together, on display.
Today's accessories are an additional pair of hands, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't get a cool little crossbow with a bag full of money and gold and a nameplate and all that
This
shit.
is what Hasbro will give you. Hasbro will give you something like this.
They'll give you the finger.
Yeah, you would have to go to HasLab for that shit.
They'll give you a Magneto head like this.
Oh, that's a good Magneto. They painted the little bands on the hair ponytail.
You're lucky you got that.
This is
That's
the equivalent face sculpt.
That's equivalent when Jurassic Park toys, that we get from Mattel. That you lucky if you get painted toe claws and shit. That's like an accessory there in itself. Painted toe claws.
Painted toe claw.
Yep, serious.
Looks all realistic.
I did end up getting that Age of Apocalypse wave.
You
on
got the
clearance.
whole way, bro?
Well, I wasn't going to get it, but I found them for like $5 each. So
Is that the
that the
Colossus
one
wave?
yeah, I really just wanted the Colossus figure. I probably will trade in all the other figures.
Trade in.
Yeah, I'll probably take them to like Dallas Vintage Toys or something like that.
Harry, I want to show you something that's really.
I really
think
just
you
wanted that
appreciate.
Colossus bath.
Make me large again, Kevin. This is the new, well, not new, but I guess you could say it's new. It's one of the last things that the Dino Escape line produced. This is the Mega Destroyer's Pentaceratops, and it has capture gear and everything like the old Kenner dinosaurs used to have. And the thing is, the head right here, the head itself only is made out of rubber. So it's got that rubber feel like the old Kenner
Like
style.
the Kenner ones, yeah.
Yep, got the rubber feel and everything.
Yeah,
Imagine if Mattel made everything like that.
yeah. It was a different era, bro.
Yep. And so it was really neat to be able to find this and not only have capture gear right here,
Uh-huh.
but but to have the head itself in general made out of rubber.
Yeah.
So that was
the
thought
real
that was really
feel
cool.
dino skin.
Since I know that you had some of these back in the days, I figured I'd just share that with you.
Yeah, amazing. Well, we've been at this 2 hours. Are we gonna call it? I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too. What you gonna eat, Harry? What's on the menu?
Whatever my wife fixed.
We got Chinese food.
Whatever your wife fixed.
Probably hamburger, French fries.
Homemade
hamburgers and fries.
Hamburger and fries.
That sounds good, man. I'm gonna have Chinese food, so I'm gonna feel like crap tonight. But it's gonna be delicious.
So it tastes good going down, though.
How terrible you're gonna eat something that's gonna make you sick.
I just had it today. I just went to the buffet and grabbed me a to-go tray, and I just piled that bitch on, and I just ate the fuck out of it. Yep. But that was my lunch or breakfast, or whatever you call it. I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight.
We'll have to do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe a month or so. I'm normally not off on Sundays. It just worked out today that I'm off. So,
well, my work has slowed down a lot, so I don't be working. Every other week I'll have a 3-day weekend. Mm-hmm. So I just figured why not, take advantage of my downtime while I can.
Saturday is better for me in the future.
Oh, that's fine.
This is normally one of my work days.
I'm gonna be on a rotating schedule, so every few days,
we'll try to do something again in a month, and I would like to talk about Batman, like what all of us actually seeing. I'm the only one, I guess, who hasn't. The three of you have.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. I figured you did. I figured
no,
you got
the
bucket and the drink cup and the.
Oh yeah, I just didn't get a chance to get out like I wanted to. So, unfortunately, not this time around. So.
We'll have to discuss it.
But you know that when Jurassic World hits, I'm definitely going to be there. And
I haven't seen Homecoming. I mean,
Dominion.
Far From Home yet.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't.
Oh man,
I haven't seen that one yet.
You haven't seen that one?
I've not seen that.
I haven't seen it.
I'm debating on buying a digital copy because it's for sale.
I'm so cheap. I'm waiting to either rent it for $5 digitally or when Starz gets it. Starz has the exclusive rights of all the Sonys.
Okay.
So
yeah,
which is mind-boggling why they would pick Starz to have that. But
Starz, I love Starz. I've always liked Starz.
I prefer HBO Max, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, but HBO is not like Disney.
Yeah, that's true. We're probably going to get rid of it here pretty soon, anyways. Because
Max,
that and Netflix.
Netflix, I could see, but the final 3 episodes of Ozark come out at the end of this month.
Yeah, so.
And then Stranger Things final season. So.
Well, actually, no, we're keeping Netflix, I think. But I think we're getting rid of Hulu.
I think I will cancel Netflix after Stranger Things is over.
But, yeah, I got to get rid of Peacock. I already got it for what I wanted it, so I don't need it no more. I actually went through that menu, their WWE section. Last time I had it, it hadn't changed a bit. It had not changed at all.
Well, it's got that one about heel turns, evil.
I haven't watched that. I did watch the Mean Gene documentary and the Pat Patterson doc. Then I watched a couple episodes of Saturday Night's Main Event. Not Saturday Night's Main Event, but WCW Saturday Night. Because they got the first 2 seasons on there, so that was a joy to watch. That's it. Other than that, I prefer my own Netflix or WE Network collection. I think I have a bigger library than they do.
Direct scene access.
But
let's go eat.
Okay,
let's do it,
guys.
Take it easy.
Have a good one, everybody.
Everyone, take care. Thank you for hanging out in the
Dry
chat.
flow in the rain. That's the big moral takeaway.
That's right. Yep. Be careful. We'll make sure that you break a little before ahead schedule, so that way, just in case that does happen, it won't be as bad. So.